inquiry. A lot of us still have specific goals, things we're looking or hoping will improve as a result of doing this work. Sometimes there's very clear and specific goals, like I've hoping that this was going to change my financial situation, or that this was going to improve a physical condition or pain or something like that. And of course, that can create certain expectations. It can create certain levels of frustration or anger or anxiety or all sorts of different things like that when we're have a certain goal, which in my opinion is completely fine and valid. But then the results aren't quite happening the way you were hoping they would or were expecting them to by now, which of course can then compound upon itself. And then the sort of dominant place you begin working from comes from a place of frustration or anxiety or anger about what's happening. So let's see if we can help alleviate some of that, and also perhaps broaden our perspective on this a bit to maybe get some useful insights and information from inside of ourselves. So if you're in a position to do it, go ahead and close your eyes and just consciously take a breath or two, a deep breath. And as you take your next breath, be aware of it as it moves through your body. And now, what I call guided awareness here, I want you to notice you have this natural ability. If I say move your awareness down to your legs, it's something you innately know how to do. This mystical thing of your awareness can just sort of go there. And so let's play with that a little bit. Bring that awareness more now to the act of breathing itself. So just be aware of the feeling of the breath as it moves through your nose or your mouth. And move that awareness now to your shoulders, and let's call it the upper half of your body. And as you do this, notice that it's just all we're doing is being aware of it. So don't put any pressure on yourself to be exclusively aware of it, or I have to be super deep into that feeling, or my mind has to be ultra quiet. It's just what you're simply putting the awareness on. If there's 10 people in a room and one of them's talking and you're trying to listen to one of them, you might have to zero in on them a certain way. There still might be other content, other thoughts, but just be interested right now in what your chest, with your shoulders, with your hands and your arms. Move that awareness now down into your legs and your feet. And take another deep breath. And put yourself in the position where we're simply going to listen to the responses that come up from us. So don't worry about whether I think this answer is coming from my mind or anything like that. Just go with whatever comes up. So, what's something that you were hoping to have had better results with by now? Right? What's an area of life where you hoped you would have more results from doing whatever practice or inner work you've been doing? And don't be too concerned with latching on to a specific ultra clear answer. You may get one. If so, that's great. If not, just kind of feel into the flavor of it. It might just be a general direction. Or it might even be very broad, like, well, I was hoping my whole life would be better. It's fine. All that matters is you're listening to the response, whatever it might be, however subtle it might be. And so, one more time, what's something I was hoping to have had more results with by now? And now I want you to feel into your body again and feel into whatever emotion is behind that. So you've asked the question, your mind, other parts of you may have contributed a certain answer. Let's say, well, I was hoping this pain I have would be gone by now. Or I was hoping my financial situation would have improved by now. So you put your attention on that, the overall feeling behind that answer now. I was hoping it would be better. Beyond that is your unique, specific way that feels to you. The words don't matter. The word is just a way of pointing to your particular unique feeling. So explore that a little bit. Explore what it actually feels like, what your relationship is with that feeling of, I should be, I wish I was hoping I would be having better results by now. And zero in a bit on the quality of that feeling. It may be something that you might call more like frustration for some of us. That's the one I chose for this title because it's often how I experience it. Uh, for some, it may be a sense of apathy, a sense of defeat, a sense of anger. But again, those are just words, and it's likely some combination of different words, so to speak. That's your unique feeling about it. And what I want you to do now is actually just be present with that feeling. You'll notice how easy and tempting it is to then go into the story of, okay, why isn't this better? I guess I don't understand this. I wish this was better. All of the different trains of thought. But I want you to actually just spend time with that particular feeling, the way you experience that sense of wanting or wishing you had more results. And notice what your body's doing once you're connected to that feeling a bit. Notice if there's some things that have tightened up, any tension. And if so, really breathe into that. Don't fight that experience, but become conscious of it. And then what you can do is ask your body to, if there is anything extra it's holding on to now that's been brought up, that it's okay to let go of, just give it permission to do that. And so check in again with that sense of frustration or anger, whatever it is, that feeling of, I should have been further along by now. And invite it to also show you with perhaps better clarity what some of those desires are, or what some of the particulars of that desire are, why you want more results. See if you can connect to the feeling that this is why I want that. It would feel this way. It would feel good in this particular way. And if you're able to connect to that, embrace that a bit. Become attuned to that feeling now of not only, okay, this is what I want, but this is sort of the feeling of why I want it. Not necessarily the intellectual why, but it's safe to say if you want a result, it's because it would feel good, but it would also feel a particular kind of good. So if there's a financial stress and then you get some money, it's a sense of relief, your own particular version of that. And again, feel into your body, breathe into it. Notice any extra tension, anything that's being held onto that's not necessary. And go ahead and, if you know EFT, you can tap on the points or you can simply tap on your collarbone. And move back now to that feeling of, I want the result. I should be further along. I should be closer to that feeling of success or resolution or relief, right? And I'm going to do some tapping where I'm going to say these statements. You can repeat them either in your mind or out loud if you like, and you can tap along, or you can simply keep tapping on your collarbone. And so there's that result I want. I want that success. I want that relief. I want that resolution. I want that result. Clearly, I can feel my desire for it. Even if I've been taught I'm supposed to let go of my desires, I still want this result. So let's not deny that. Let's actually embrace the feeling of desire. I want certain results. I'm doing all of this work in the first place because of certain results I want. Even if that result is just to feel better. And whether it's completely accurate or not, some parts of me feel like I have not achieved that yet. Maybe I'm not even close to that yet. And so I feel frustration. I feel anger. I feel a sense of apathy. I feel maybe like I've wasted my time. Maybe I've been given bad information. Maybe the teachers were wrong. Maybe I was doing it wrong. And now, even bringing all of that up, now parts of me might be saying, well, that's bad and negative thinking. And I'm supposed to be positive. I'm supposed to always think positive thoughts. I'm supposed to be focused on what I want, but also letting go of what I want. I'm supposed to embrace and own my desires, but also let go of my desires. I'm supposed to just give it all up and say I'm infinite, but I'm not sure I believe that. So sometimes I just don't know what to do. And so I feel this sense of pressure. I feel the frustration of not getting the results I want. But by owning this and allowing this to come to the surface, I'm going to give it permission to be felt, to actually be processed, to show me whatever it needs to show me. And I'm going to open myself up to listening now inside myself for better clarity about not only what I want, but what's needed. Not based on what I've been taught, but based on my own inner feeling here. So I'm going to relax my own points of view. I'm going to relax any of my ideas. Maybe I've been holding on to some concepts, and maybe some of them aren't serving me. Maybe I've wanted results to come in a certain way. Maybe I've taken on certain attitudes or beliefs. Like, for example, I'm supposed to do inner work the correct way, and then the results are supposed to magically happen. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I have to actually do something else. Maybe those things aren't in conflict. If I want to learn how to play guitar, I can't just meditate on that. So maybe there's some steps in the world. Maybe there's also some internal blocks or beliefs. What I'm going to do is allow myself to be open to all of that. And so instead of being focused on my frustration or saying, why aren't the results here? I'm just going to open up to that wisdom inside me and ask some perhaps better questions. Like, okay, what's needed? What do I feel around this subject? Is there anything I'm holding on to internally that's not serving me? Is there anything I'm pushing away inside myself? Is there anything I'm pushing away from the world? Any actions or behaviors that I'm averse to? Any ideas or beliefs about how this is all supposed to happen? Or what I'm supposed to do and not do that might not be serving me? So maybe I can tune into my own self and follow that guidance. Be more interested in wherever it takes me. Maybe I can feel a sense of moving forward and focus on my connection to that with a certain trust that the results will follow in whatever way they need to. So I can focus on that connection with myself more than the results or lack of results. And let the behavior follow. Let the energy move. Let whatever needs to be processed come up. Let it do it in the way that it's best. And so I'm just going to be open to that and allow that to unfold and listen and learn and feel. All right, take a deep breath. Maybe stretch out a little bit, reconnect with your body a bit. And hopefully that was useful for you. Might give you some directions you can move down, some paths to explore on that. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or thoughts. Also, in the description below this video, I do a lot of this type of processing and guided exercises like we did here for what was a 3-week long program on the subject of money and the different stress and feelings that come up around that. And that program is 100% free. So if you would like to experience that or go through some of those exercises and even just check out a little bit, it's all in videos like this, and you can download all that. So that there's a link for that in the description. Maybe I'll see you in there. If not, like I said, feel free to leave a comment or a question here. And thanks a lot. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.